Whose turn is it? Your turn, Brenna. Bring us
My
in.
turn. All right. Welcome everybody to your favorite day of the week. Yes, it is Bins Day, and we got the Americanos here today. We've got Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
We have Mikey, of course. Say hi, Mikey.
Hi,
Say hi.
Mikey.
Hi, Mikey. Somewhere, I guarantee there's probably a dog somewhere in the room, right?
Within arm's reach, yes.
Okay, okay. I just, I check on the well-being of animals. You know me. I'm an animal lover.
Why are
Um,
cat boxes so smelly?
Cat box is so smelly
Because cats are the devil.
because they poop in them.
The dog poop does not smell as bad as the cat poop. There's a lot of harsh chemicals that don't smell as bad as the cat poop. It is the worst smell.
It
is
is.
pretty
That's why
bad.
you got to clean up after cats so often. But then again, we don't have to take them outside to poop. They just go in a box and we can.
Seems like a better alternative just to have the stink outside. Because I'm,
Yeah, but
I'm thinking about living outside and letting the cats
then
have
you
the
have to
inside.
pick it up and put it in a nasty bag and then throw it in the trash outside. Yeah.
You know what? In
Yeah.
the winter, hey, it keeps your hands warm.
That is true.
Oh,
When
oh,
the dog don't want to
gross.
go and you already just drove home from work and like your hands are still a little bit cold, you got to get the dog out. It's nice. Get some feeling back in your tips. You know? You guys,
Hey.
you guys love Zero. This is what Zero does for me. Keeps my hands warm in the winter, and that's about it.
um.
Yells at me.
So I'm Brenna, I guess, and welcome to the Bin Podcast.
Oh,
Mikey,
hi.
the first podcast to do what?
Oh, to break the sound barrier on land.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think we did it. We did it correctly.
Boy, did it hurt.
My head's still spinning from that.
We were just on foot. It was so crazy.
We just went veer.
And then all of our bones broke.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend
And the
doing
bobsled. We
that.
should make a bobsled team.
Oh, we could.
Fun anecdote. I was on a trip to Florida, and we had stayed in a hotel in Virginia on the way there. And it was very early in the morning, and we must have been close to an Air Force base because a fighter jet broke the sound barrier right above our hotel, and it sounded like the world was ending at like 6 in the morning.
Oh,
And
that's
we all
good.
jumped up and was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh, that's horrible.
And then a grizzled old man came up from behind his rocking chair and said, "First time. First time hearing the boom."
just, just rock it back and forth.
I remember my first time hearing the boom. Shook me to my core.
It was 1963.
It's like
It
it's
was a
clearly
warm summer day.
he's clearly lying. It's like no biplane broke the fucking sound plate, Grandpa. Your
It was-
Nice
it-
try.
It was
wooden plane.
1905.
1906 pickup sticks. Lying asshole man. Hey, fuck you, old guy. Quit lying to us. Man, we made up. You're a bad
Damn
person.
you.
Curse you. Well, hi everybody. I just
here.
wanted to let you guys all know I quit.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
I
Thanks for
wrote-
coming.
Me and some of my fellow coworkers have penned a letter and we taped it to the door of the facility. Let's take a look at it here. Damn it. I knew I was going to miss.
Oh,
Damn it.
oh.
Damn
That was-
it. Why is...
We'll edit that in post.
Oh man. I want the picture. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm doing a window. Okay. Well, we'll come back to that later then, because I'll have to add something to the show. Shartan's not here, but he's probably in the chat. He can check this out. So I know you're a huge NASCAR fan, Brenna.
Every day.
All day, every day.
I mean, look at me.
If by NASCAR you mean curling.
NASCAR.
NASCAR. There you go.
Just throw your
It's
stones
just
around a circle.
It's a left
You know
turn.
what? That's not
Strap a broom to one of those NASCARs.
It's okay. We take the NASCARs, put them in a rink. Now hear me out. They floor it, and then you gotta like sweep to make it like traction or no traction.
I'm just thinking about, oh my god, that ice, those ice makers. Oh, how much pain.
Oh yeah, drive the Zambonis around the track.
There we
No.
go.
Don't even say that word. It's a dirty word.
Check this out. So
All right.
Look at my man.
Championship in Phoenix. Take a look at what he did.
I've never seen anything
Totally
like
riding the
that
rails
before
right
in my
there.
life.
Jesus.
This is the most ridiculous thing ever. So this FedEx car, this 11 car, is in first place. Poor guy. Let me go back a little bit. Oh, go ahead.
Logano, we're gonna.
Okay, so I'm gonna slow it down. So basically, what my man's did was just get as close to the wall as possible and fucking floor it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
And
slow
just
down for
use you use the wall to
Yeah.
sort of keep you from flying off, so that you
Yeah.
just ride it around.
Yeah, that's how you play the video game.
the. Now that's what I call pod racing.
For a champion.
So
Amazing.
some of the extra cars in there are like lap traffic or whatever, but
Right.
he's in fifth right now.
In Phoenix.
Not for long,
Take
baby.
a look at
And he
what
just
he
grinds
did.
along the wall.
I have never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, that is seriously what you do in some of those racing games where you like find the invisible wall on the track and you just ride it around the curve.
Right.
Can't why slow down when I could just scrape the shit out of this wall?
I mean, of course, those cars don't take damage like real NASCARs. Like that guy was like a hair away from colliding with the car in front of him and then causing a huge crash.
He did hit him. He bumped him up.
Watch
Yeah.
on the right.
So this is inside the. All right, this sound is crazy right now. Well, you can see this car jump up. Like, I'm not a super huge NASCAR guy, but my man's.
Wow.
Yeah, he did graze him a bit.
Yeah.
He got a little bit, yeah.
He just gave him a little kiss, you know.
Yeah, just a tap, just a love tap.
A little smooch, you know. A little wet one.
Just wait.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
You said not today, Satan. So congrats to that, dude. Whatever your name is, I don't know because NASCAR is generally very boring. But I thought you guys might get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's some real Ricky Bobby shit right there. Like if you're not first, you're last.
If you ain't first, you're last.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Has it been too long?
Oh my god.
I don't think so. It's one of Will Ferrell's better comedy movies.
Definitely.
Like
Okay.
they definitely take the piss out of NASCAR, and it's funny. It's funny today. Like
Yeah,
it's not
it
super
still
racy or
holds.
anything. Yeah.
It still holds up.
Speaking of things holding up. God damn it, wrong button again. Damn you buttons, you betrayed me.
Mikey, you're fired.
I had already told you I quit, and then I couldn't even get my fucking quit notice on the goddamn screen.
Quit.
I couldn't even fucking do that right.
I'm sorry, we don't accept your resignation.
Fuck. Can't even quit. You guys have heard of Stephen King. He short stories, couple of books,
Is he like one of those blog writers or something?
Yeah,
that
yeah. He's kind of a
thinks
blogger.
they're really good, but
He's what you would call like a professional blogger.
okay, perfect.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got a lot of followers on Twitter mostly. I think that's why he's famous.
He's famous for being famous.
Yes, but Stephen King writes, $20 a month to keep my blue check. Fuck that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron.
Jesus. Enron. Wow, that's a
very Stephen King reference.
Very specific.
So your bestest pal, Tim, Elon says, we need to pay the bill somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8?
Elon, how about go fuck yourself? How about that?
Where did it go? Oh no, it was right there. Too many people have replied on this.
Yeah.
Oh no, but one of the best fucking accounts I've ever seen on Twitter is The Good God Above. And The Good God Above had a reply and it was like, imagine being the richest man on earth and asking Stephen King and begging Stephen King for $8. Oh, Simple Stoic Dave. Now, when I need to borrow $8 from people, I'll just hold up my hand and say blue check. Correct. It's a new currency.
Exactly. You get a blue check.
So what do you guys think about people being able to like pay for the blue check mark?
No.
Why does the blue check mark matter, I suppose?
For their algorithm, it gets you out in front of more people.
Oh, I see.
You're that person, so they verified you as being that person, which means it's harder for people to parody or to steal your identity.
Can't I verify that I'm me?
I don't know how the verification works.
Aren't I me?
No, you're not.
Who else is me?
You're tons of mice. How does one get a blue check mark? It is confirmed that the account belongs to the person or company claiming it. Twitter is currently free for most users. Tab. Oh. Yeah, we can all do it.
I'm me, so I get the blue check mark. Give it to me.
You have to go into your settings.
I don't want to.
You're going to go to your settings and then they're going to get your ID.
That sounds like work. And also, Twitter doesn't need my ID.
Yeah, so fuck that. No checks for me. Keep your checks. I'm good.
Yeah, keep your checks. I don't need to be like monetized on Twitter or whatever. It doesn't matter.
I don't care anymore. You're not getting my license, dude. Sorry. Oh, where is it? There it is.
I already had to give my license to Facebook.
For what?
Oh, so I could run political ads. They need to verify the people who own. Full disclosure, I own a political action committee, and yeah,
big money. The deep
state of the problem.
Very little money. In Connecticut, they allow for political action committees that can't take corporate money. So
is it the cheese pack?
No, it's called Citizens for Progress.
CFP.
We are entirely people funded. No corporate money is allowed to come into our PAC. And the maximum donation, I think, is like $1,000. But it's only for statewide races. We can't run ads for federal candidates. But I had to give Facebook my identification so that I could run political ads through Facebook. So they could verify that I'm me, not someone else pretending to be me.
Because I would do that in a heartbeat.
I was gonna say, who would pretend to be you? Like
nobody.
Nobody will pretend to be me. You can't fake this. I mean, you can, Because I do. But you can't fake this.
Let's see if I can find it. I'm still on this fucking hunt for this tweet because the good God above is so funny. Give me 1 second. So he had a breaking news yesterday. Supreme Court rules Lindsey Graham can go fuck himself. All right.
That's a good.
One is good. Good.
And also, everyone's favorite, I don't know, fucking everything in his head. Ye is back on Twitter. He posted a picture of Kyrie Irving yesterday, who I'm pretty sure is getting suspended or fined for retweeting Kanye apologetics and Alex Jones material. In response to somebody's asking about Ye being anti-Semitic, he posted fucking Alex Jones.
Oh my God.
Wow. That works.
Good God above says, breaking, Satan has cut ties with Kanye. I'm telling you, this account is fucking amazing. Oh, man. I'm not going to find it.
Nah, you're not gonna.
I gotta
It's
give
been
up.
too long.
I got to give up. The joke's gone. Everything's gone.
Yeah. You lose.
Sucks to be me.
Yes,
You
it
know,
does.
now that Elon is in charge of fucking Twitter, I keep getting his posts. I don't follow the guy or anything.
He's just like shoving himself in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So you can
He-
change. You can change your settings about who you see, because I had that problem with like friends who would follow, say, like conservative pundits that I never
Yeah.
wanted to see in my life, and like Don Jr. or somebody. But what I have to do is I have to change it, is the little sparkly little stars in the corner, instead of seeing the top tweets. You should be able to change it, so now you don't have to see. You would see the the latest tweets. So
Oh,
you
well,
don't have to see people you don't like.
I just blocked him. So
That's even better.
I shot my phone with a shotgun.
you hear that, Elon? I blocked you. Ball's in your court.
He unblocks himself. Well, he would do that. Just start unblocking himself from shit. Damn
Well,
it, Elon,
like-
that's not what this was for. You spent all this money just so that Kim Kardashian would unblock you. Really, dude?
I mean, considering what is happening at Twitter right now, because they're in a state of chaos, absolute chaos right now, because everybody at the top got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about to lay off half their workforce too.
Yeah, and then they blocked a bunch of their like community, I guess it, like I don't know, the people that monitor the tweets to make sure that they're not violating community standards.
Yeah.
They block their access.
Oh.
So it's a shit show right now. Yeah.
The N-word was trending. Nazis was trending. Trump is dead was trending. Yeah. So it's
gonna get really bad.
it's a cesspool at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely what I would do is I would really start blocking the people that are really, like, if you don't want to see their tweets, like, it's important to just not see it, because not see to I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, those kind of stuff, they need to be blocked. That shit needs to be blocked. It needs to be taken away. Because very soon, all of us people who use Twitter just to, get information and to communicate, we're not going to use this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't use this anymore. I have to go to like Instagram.
Let's all go back to Friendster.
We were all thinking of MySpace.
Unironically, it's starting to become a better and better proposition.
MySpace. It's there. It's sitting there waiting for us to return.
MySpace is
It's
like,
I knew
Come.
you'd be back.
come, my children.
Please, let me get you some cocoa.
Come on in, dearies, out of the cold.
Let's see, myspace.com.
It's gonna sign up.
Listen, I already got a Truth Social account.
Right. At this point, it is what it is.
Yeah.
MySpace seems to be primarily for artists.
Yeah. He actually sold it. Tom sold it
Mm-hmm.
for like $1 billion,
Mm-hmm.
and they use it for artists and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm an artist.
Yeah, go on MySpace.
Oh, hell yeah. It's lit. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Your first post. I'm back, baby.
Where's all my friends from sophomore year?
It has 4 tabs on it for like where to go. There's featured music, videos, and people. Like that's it. And who's on? Let's see. What are the artists that are on MySpace?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's
I
on there.
see
Let's see
Katy
artists.
Perry's on it.
Yeah, but say whoever's got like a super huge like label behind them. That's
Adele.
Justin Timberlake.
There you go.
Got
Janet
that.
Jackson.
Kendrick Lamar.
ABBA.
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 Calvin Harris. Yeah.
Neil Diamond.
So people who have never actually touched their own accounts.
No, this
Yeah.
isn't theirs. This is their social media department.
Yeah.
Oh
This
man,
is the social media wing of their fucking
Meatloaf. Meatloaf is on MySpace.
Meatloaf is
No, Jimmy Kimmel Live
Jimmy
is
Kimmel's on there?
under musician. Yes.
What do we got for metal? Metallica, Tool, System of a Down.
Is Tool still a band?
I don't think so. I
I
think
don't think so either.
what's his name, Maynard Keenan is like off doing other stuff. Like he has like 5 bands that he just rotates through.
Yeah, who does that?
So this is cool. So they have different the profiles of people. So they have like artist, writers, promoter, entrepreneur, activist, musician, DJ, producer, comedian, venue, curator, entertainer, designer, blogger, actor, brand, dancer, photographer, filmmaker, model, developer, and athlete. So if you're one of those,
Can you pull
Mikey,
your
you're
mic
like-
in a little bit?
Mikey, you're like 5 of those.
I'm like 5 of those today.
I can pull this in.
Oh my god, that's so much better. If there's some way we can get that closer to you.
But then it just covers up
Oh,
my
whoa,
face and
whoa,
it looks
whoa.
weird.
Don't talk louder though. Just like your normal talking was just a little closer.
Shout.
Let it all out.
These are the-
Oh my god.
That was such a good version from Disturbed. It's one of my favorite covers.
So I hopped on Truth Social for a second to see what was going on,
Oh
and
yeah, how's your account doing?
I can't get blocked.
Is that your goal?
Yeah, my goal was to get banned from Truth Social. There was I don't know, it was like a TikTok or something, like get banned from Truth Social in 60 seconds. And we decided to take them up on that challenge, and it's been like 2 months. And I've said some pretty
Progressive.
radical left talking points at these people, at Donald Trump, and still haven't gotten banned.
Still nothing.
Oh, you know what? We gotta talk about. I know, right? That's my daily fucking filth. Let's see here. Let's see. I gotta find the article with Ava again because we never talked about that. And
There's
you're
a
back.
there's a right-wing search engine now. It's called Free Spoke.
It sounds stupid.
Are you
It does sound
kidding me?
stupid.
That
Sounds
can't be
dumb.
real.
I mean, I got a link to it. Oh, I'm taking my life to my own hands here.
I'm not going.
Controversial
You
characters.
can have that on your history.
Yeah,
Your IP
it is.
address.
It's a right-wing search engine. You can add it as an extension to your current
Fuck that.
browser. Yeah.
Fuck that. We have a comment from Simply Secular Dave. What up, Dave? Dave says, how do you feel about Counter Social, which is like the next anti-Twitter? That's
Never heard of it.
Let's go. We'll go to the website. I can't spell.
Trending topics on Truth Social right now: defund the FBI, celebrate Life Month, and dogs of Truth Social.
I have questions. Dogs of Truth Social?
Yeah, dogs of Truth Social. I think it's like people posting pictures of their dogs or something Nazi-ish.
Or them dressed up as Nazis.
The dogs are Nazis.
it's Nazis. It's Nazis.
It's Nazis. Okay.
So Counter Social here is next gen social media. No trolls, no abuse, no ads, no fake news, no foreign influence ops.
Wow, I really thought it was people posting pictures of their dogs, but it's not.
Are you kidding? Were we right?
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's Nazi stuff.
Oh my god.
And they have virtual reality here. Deep fake detector, bot sentinel integration, identity breach alerts, and fact layer integration.
Ooh, those all sound like important catchphrases.
Mm-hmm. This is very buzzwordy. Gives an unrivaled desktop experience. You can pin columns that are most relevant. The relevance. The most relevant to you, as many as you like. There's Counter Share. Counter Social users also get access to our integrated, secure, ephemeral 500 terabyte file sharing solution. It's at rest encrypted, and your files can be time limited or restricted to a specific download count with anyone.
Alrighty. I mean, it all sounds like a lot of like high-tech gobbledygook, but does it matter?
Our highest played episode was our Christmas episode from, I think, 2 years ago now, when we had Ava, who was at the time a BBC Two presenter, on the show, and everybody fell in love with her. And Pine Snake. Brenna. But she was on Piers Morgan's show. Let's see what she's talking about.
Different ways. Both positioned as a kind of kings of toxic masculinity. I certainly didn't think Jordan Peterson was that. And when it came to Andrew Tate, I couldn't really conclude after 90 minutes of grilling him. I gave him quite a hard time. I couldn't really conclude what he had done that was so bad that he had to be expunged from social media life altogether. But it showed me the sensitivity around all this. And if any man now behaves in a way that looks like it's toxic.
You guys are pretty familiar with logical fallacies, so just go ahead and pause me whenever you hear one.
Masculinity.
Bang. Yeah, I can't hear it either.
It's not coming through. It's not coming through our side of it. It's only going through to the.
Can you hear now? Let's see. Sorry, everybody at home. Gotta listen to it again.
Raging culture war. Isabel still with me, plus political journalist Ava Santino, conservative commentator, a young man who agrees with Peterson and Andrew Tate, Connor Thomason. Connor, welcome to the show. I'll start with you. I found it very interesting interviewing Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate, both very controversial characters in different ways, both positioned as a kind of kings of toxic masculinity. I certainly didn't think Jordan Peterson was that. And when it came to Andrew Tate,
Look at his face.
I'm just.
I don't want to.
This Piers Morgan doesn't actually listen to people. He just has this idea in his head that exactly what I want from my guests, I'm going to make them agree with me. So he already is going into this point where he's like, well, Jordan Peterson, people are saying he's a bad, he doesn't say very nice things. But you know what? He actually was very nice to me.
Oh man, I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jordan Peterson is a borderline Nazi who uses self-help advice to make people think that he's a centrist, and he is definitely not a centrist. He is so far to the right that it's actually kind of disgusting.
A little fascism goes a long way, Tim.
It does. It's just a dribble.
Just a dabble, do ya?
Just a sprinkle, a little bit on top.
Like cinnamon on a pumpkin spice latte.
You just need a little bit so that you can taste it, but it doesn't ruin the rest of it.
You don't want to overdo it.
He is waist deep in it.
I couldn't really conclude after 90 minutes of grilling him. I gave him quite a hard time. I couldn't really conclude what he had done that was so bad that he had to be expunged from social media life altogether. But it showed me the sensitivity around
Pause.
this. And if any man...
I know the answer to Piers Morgan's question. He dead named a person and then refused to take it back. That's what he did. And he said, and I quote, "I would rather die than delete that tweet."
Yep. I would rather die. Pull the trigger. I'm ready, but I'll never take it back. I've made my penance with God.
Just go for it.
I am the leader of the future. like bro, you're being mean. Delete the tweet. No.
Yeah.
It's like, stop being dramatic.
Even Twitter said that if he deleted the tweet, he'd get his account back. But he's like, "No, you monsters! I'll never do that. I'll never let go.
I'll never bow down.
I'll never bend the knee, Jon Snow."
Never give up. Never surrender.
Now behaves in a way that looks like it's toxic masculinity. Bang, they're expunged.
Whoa.
Is in that process masculinity itself getting expunged and demonized?
I would say so. I mean, I'm sure that you'll have this experience with your own relationship.
I already hate his voice. Is that? I think we just.
He's just trying to make himself.
Look at his fucking face. That was a good freeze.
Is that even a real accent?
That's a mid-Atlantic. Well, yes.
Indubitably, I do say. All that rot.
Relationships, Piers, in that women, if you say something controversial, whether it's something on the Peterson side of the spectrum or on the Tate side of the spectrum, a little bit more explosive or a little bit more academic, some women are very much drawn to a man who can be a bit more confrontational, say exactly what he thinks.
Oh, man.
See, this is why I wanted this week's episode to be just a series of noises.
Clicks and beeps.
Because this is what is happening inside my head right now. Is I just exacerbated sounds of idiots.
Is there an extra T in that word?
I'm screaming internally.
Have the internal screams began.
Here's another fun fact about Jordan Peterson. He doesn't know how men and women can get along together in the workplace.
But them's
because yeah. He did an interview with, I don't know who it was, but he asked that person why they think that men and women can work together in the workplace. Jordan Peterson asked the question. And the guy was like, "Well, I work with women all the time." And he's like, "Yeah, but can you really work with women?" And the guy was like, Yeah, what's your
Yes.
problem? Like, what are you getting to? And he's like, well, women over sexualize themselves in the workplace and they make men want to desire them. So they shouldn't be in the workplace because then nothing gets done or they get harassed. And the guy was like, yeah, but that doesn't, that's not the point. He's like, why do women put on makeup basically? And he's like, it's to sexualize themselves. And the guy was like, that's not what anyone who has a sane brain interprets. But Jordan Peterson thinks that if you put lipstick on in the workplace, you're asking for it. Like that's literally his interpretation of why do women put on makeup in the
Now,
workplace.
now let's be fair. There's putting on makeup, which most women wear maybe a little concealer, some maybe some eyeliner, a little mascara. They're not literally taking the mascara pencil and drawing "fuck me" on their tits. Like unless they're doing that, I don't know that you can say that their makeup is sexualizing. Like they're doing that to be sexual, unless they're literally like inviting you for sex. Like, Mikey, please, I need this. Like, if that's not what's written on them, then I don't think that's what they meant. Brenda, you probably don't have too much to add to this, but
You have no idea. No, we have to watch this though because that's kind of what we're focusing on. But there's so much to scream internally about.
Yeah. If you want more Jordan Peterson fun facts, watch
No.
our Speaking from the Center episode from 2 weeks ago.
Oh God.
It's the verbal
Not enough
new
alcohol.
version of what gladiators used to do in the arena way back
Well,
when.
certainly, I think Ava and Isabel are laughing because they know that they're drawn to me in that way because of my combative nature. But Ava, you're
what, Piers? What?
Oh my God.
What?
Like,
You young girls are definitely attracted to me because of that.
you beautiful
Oh my
blonde
God.
women with your soft skin and your short skirts are obviously attracted to me. I'm a strong,
I'm a
handsome.
verbal gladiator.
You will.
Oh,
You will be
Vomit.
attracted to me.
They're
The
only human.
pheromones are just reeking off.
vomit.
Vomits internally.
Don't
Smirk.
vomit internally.
and laughing. I mean, there's a serious point here. A lot of young men feel they're getting
That's Ava. She was on our show. Hey, girl.
disenfranchised by society. They're all being over-demonized. That any attempt to be the traditional male figure is now being rubbished and called toxic.
Objection, Your Honor. What the fuck does he mean by traditional male? Like, just because you want to be a chud doesn't mean that you're the traditional man.
Am I understanding that the argument that he's making is that powerful women scare men? Is that what he's saying?
Powerful women. No. He's saying
No,
that.
I'm like saying that like women who have been enfranchised and are allowed to do things that they didn't used to be allowed to do scare the crap out of men. Is that what he's saying?
I didn't get that, but I agree with it.
I think that I think that's the sense, but there's more to this. We'll get into it, but it's really that because women are actually gaining traction in social, in political, in corporate, that the power struggle is being actually sort of torn down and based on the Me Too movement and all this other stuff that's going on, and that men are the ones that are feeling disenfranchised. So there's definitely a power struggle going on, and men can't handle women being, with we don't need men in order to survive. And men don't like that. Men think that they are the providers, they are the strong. Piers Morgan believes that he is strong and manly and speaks with a deep voice. And he speaks for all men. And if men are feeling like they're being demasculated, whatever, they feel like they're being beat down by women, then then maybe it's the women's fault. Maybe women are the ones that are making men feel so bad.
I mean, I too have a very masculine voice. A lot of people can't take how strong and intimidating I sound over the phone.
I think
Oh, please stop.
I think Piers Morgan and all the men that feel that way need to get the fuck over themselves.
And then if I yell at them because they're being like dickheads to women, I'm a cuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, now hold on a second. I'm married with a kid on the way. You're just 20 in a bad suit.
Well, I mean, if you really felt that and you really went out there and you were an alpha male, then you wouldn't be bothered about a bunch of women telling you that you were.
Well, you would if you get.
Woo! Ava coming in hot, baby.
Wow. She went right after it.
She was prepared.
Woo!
She knew what she was getting herself into.
Run it back.
An alpha male, then you wouldn't be bothered about a bunch of women telling you that you were.
Well, you would if you get
cancelled,
cancelled, like Andrew Tate. If you get banned from.
I mean, he's
social
hardly
media.
been cancelled. He was on your program, which is on national television.
But
so
it's the
that's
only
hardly a
platform actually he's had
cancellation.
for a long time because all the social media companies banned him, literally banned him. He had his.
Good.
Can y'all stop fucking crying about that? Make
Yeah.
your own website. Stop being a fucking mooch going off of the fucking, like mooching off of somebody else's platform. They're always telling everybody to fucking pick themselves up by their bootstraps, but none of them want to like fucking build their own infrastructure to cultivate their own community. They always want to leech off of the public shit and then get pissed when the public shit, you have to behave.
Well, aren't these the same people who say like, places like CNN or the old CNN and MSNBC and all these things are echo chambers for the left, and you don't actually want to listen to anybody else's side.
Right.
And yet, when you're told, hey, you're going against the community standards, this is what you are doing is dangerous and wrong, and then they get banned from it. And then they're like, well, nobody wants to listen to my side of things. Everybody should listen to me. Like, You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have echo chambers and not echo chambers. Like, we're supposed to live in a society in which everybody who has who can who has the facts, who has the right to do so. And if you stop somebody from having that right, you do not get that. So you were right, Mikey. It just seems like you cannot have it both ways. You cannot have the community if you're going to be against the community.
It's like there's a fucking a water park, and then they just walk in and everybody's having a good time swimming. They're like, okay, we call the slides.
Yeah.
No, you can't call the water slides. The water slides for everybody. If you're gonna hog the water slide, then you're gonna get kicked out of the park. You can't just kick me out of the public park. You're not playing by the rules. Get the fuck out of here. The rest of us want to use the fucking water slide, so we can lose all of the skin off of our legs.
Exactly.
Email gone.
It's our fault if we do that.
Facebook gone. It all went down like dominoes.
Well, he's still on there, very, very prolific on there. I can't move for clips of him.
Yeah, but they're
on
not
TikTok.
generated by him now.
Well, but that's been for quite some time.
But should he
He's still
be
got
punished that way?
But what is punished? What is punished? It's
Punish
just,
is
he's
where
obviously-
companies take a decision which.
That was a compound sentence. You could have let her finish there, Pierce.
Yeah, really.
Oh, this is the problem.
This from Simply Secular Dave. Anyone who pees on the slide should get removed from the water park.
Yeah, man, we don't need that on the slide.
Exactly. You ruin it for everybody. You should be banned.
If they're just standing there whizzing into the water slide, and we're like, you can't do that. You're like, it's a public park.
But don't I have freedom? Don't I have the liberty to do that? Isn't
Are
it
you
my right?
Are you trying to tell me that I can't pee ever? I'm not allowed to ever pee?
This
Listen
guy's
to how
not
crazy.
allowing me to pee. He's telling me I can't pee. How do you feel about that?
He's trying to remove my right from bodily autonomy.
My view in this case
First time.
was perverse because they still allow, for example, the Ayatollah of Iran to have a Twitter account.
Yes.
So there's no consistency here at all.
Well, but however, we love a bit of free market. I'm sure you do, judging by that suit, which is lovely.
Ooh, the shade.
Oh, damn.
The shade. Oh,
Taking it rain. Oh, look at that look,
Let me
though.
get the light out here. It's a bit shady. It's hard to see with all the shade being thrown.
Look at that.
Look at his
That
face.
face. That face is like, did she just objectify me?
I don't know if I'm being insulted or burned. Either way, I am aroused. Both work for both.
Strong woman just told me I wasn't looking so nice. I don't
You know,
know how to feel.
To Piers Morgan's point, I bet the Ayatollah of Iran didn't break the terms of service.
Even the Ayatollah fucking follows the rules.
Right.
You know, social media companies are private companies.
Can you
and
not
they can do
objectify
whatever
him,
they. They can do
I'll take
whatever
all the
they like.
objectification I like.
Of course he will, yeah. All right, Isabel.
Called it.
Oh, that's a perfect freeze right there. She's like, "Fuck you, buddy."
That's Rusty bitch face right there.
That's a good screenshot. I'm gonna do that for the YouTube thing for the thumbnail. Love you, Ava.
But Ava, your point
She's trying to
about,
hold
you know,
up,
if men
the
were that,
streams.
She's trying not to wreck that entire set and all the people on it. She's about to destroy.
Look
alpha,
at
then
that.
they
Even in that frame, she's deadpanning at the camera. Like, is this really what we're fucking talking about?
Right.
Like, you put me here.
It's like, yeah, I just objectified this knobby-eared fucking dwarf man. Yeah, that's what happened. Can't hold myself back from this little treat.
they wouldn't be that bothered by this. Doesn't really help us when it comes to boys growing up, and that is one of my worries.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
That
The
for
little
teenage boys
God.
now, they are so terrified of the consequences of putting a foot out of line. It's hard enough being a young teenager, working out how things are, working out how to do dating and all of that, without the terror that if you touch in the wrong place at the wrong time, you may find that your whole life is destroyed.
Pause. Brenna, you were a teenage girl once. What was life like for you?
Be more specific, then I'll let you know.
Like, were you constantly monitored and ridiculed as a teenage girl, just because you were a teenage girl?
I'm sorry,
So-
this is funny.
So you're saying something like maybe our skirts were supposed to be not mini skirts, or we weren't supposed to wear spaghetti straps, or if we showed any underwear, it was considered lewd. Even though boys, I had this conversation with a guy friend of mine, in which we were waiting in line, and a little tiny bit of my panty top was showing, because right when I was a kid, those low
rise jeans.
jeans were popular.
Oh yeah, it was a
Teensy
golden
bit
age.
of my underpants, teensy tiny bit of my underwear was showing, and he got upset with that. And I
Hot.
said, so it's okay for boys to have like their boxers showing this much, walking around and showing that. But if my little tiny itsy weetsy top of my panties are showing, all of a sudden that's disgusting? Because why? I'm a girl?
Objection, Your Honor. It is a well-known fact that the court can establish that men's butts have a higher temperature at resting RPMs than women's. We need aeration. Our butts are hot. They're full of farts. You have to have some sort of ventilation for that, or else he could blow his pants clear across the room, injuring several small animals. Tim, you're the judge.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Brenna. Teenage boys, pull up your pants.
It was my clothing had been more monitored as a girl than boys' clothes, because everything, and now luckily enough we have changed a little bit of that, in which things like spaghetti straps are not considered lewd anymore, because they're normal pieces of clothing that people wear, especially when it's hot, which I live in Southern California, in which it's hot most of the year. So yes, we want to make sure that our clothing does not define who we are. But yeah, I've been, it's well monitored, everything I did.
And
Shoes.
and I'm sorry, but how does she know what the fuck it's like to be a young boy growing up?
Yeah.
Because first of all, what she's talking about, like, oh, what if the young man goes too far? He doesn't know when to go. Okay, I was a teenage boy. It took forever to hold a hand. It took forever to get a kiss. Yeah, there was some like little scumbag dudes out there, but those kids, you know, they had troubled lives. But most boys are terrified of girls. They really like them, but they have no idea how to talk to them. So,
but I think in this one,
it's your problematic little trashy boys that are the issue. It's not all little boys in general. Most little boys
Ava
are fine.
has a really good response to this kind of stuff. So
And
let's listen to what Ava has to say.
It's far too much. Well,
I like that.
As a
I
mother
think
of
that
a
men
teenage
should be-
boy, that if you touch in the wrong place at the wrong time, you may find that your whole life is destroyed.
See, I
and there
like
is
that,
far
Tara.
too much. Well,
I like that.
As a
I
mother
think
of
that
a
men
teenage
Yeah, look at fucking bubble ears over here.
is destroyed.
See, I
and there
like
is
that,
far
Tara.
too much. Well,
He's like, she
Thrilled
what?
out. Like, wait.
Dobby doesn't like terrors. He doesn't like Dobby. Dobby with a Jordan Peterson haircut.
I like that.
as a
I
mother
think
of
that
a
men
teenage
should be
boy, I
frightened.
don't like
Really?
that
That's the
terror.
I
most
do.
malicious thing I've ever
That
heard.
is
I think that
awful.
men should be frightened
I think
to
you'd
touch
feel
women in a way
differently
that
if you
they're
were,
not
if you
comfortable
were.
with.
But we're
And that's a
There
strong
we go.
point.
There
Men
we
should
go.
be frightened of touching women in ways that they're not comfortable with.
See, this is something that I've been talking about a lot more because of the rescinding of Roe v. Wade, and how the conservative movement is that your female body does not belong to the woman themselves. And so this just perpetuates that idea, is that, wait a second, I'm not allowed to touch you without your consent? That's
Right.
rude. I should be able to. Your body does not belong to you. Your body is for one reason and one reason only. It's for sex.
My
And that's-
pleasure.
It's the only reason. If I'm not allowed to touch you in any way, then what's the point of even looking at you? And this is the thing that that Ava, right now, by the way, do you notice how they positioned her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They positioned her in a point where she was flanked by everybody who was against her. This is positioning. And so she's in this position where she's supposed to be scared, right? But she's not, because she's damn smarter than everybody. She's holding her own because she knows what her position is, and her position is women should not be subjected to men's fears. And this is what the whole point of this is, that men are afraid because they're finally being called out on the shit they do to women. And it's scaring them that they can no longer inappropriately in any way touch a woman. And she is now saying, hey, we need to teach our boys that no, they cannot touch girls without their consent. And girls, you deserve better than being told boys are allowed to do this to you. Sorry. Continue.
I'm laughing at tons of it says 78 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. Can I drop my drawers? And the Bin Podcast says permission granted indefinitely. So we got to keep everybody cool out there.
Aerated.
We're talking
Agreed.
about
Yeah, but we're not
teenage
talking
years,
about. We're
children.
not talking about.
We're talking
but
about
it's an
young
interesting thing
children.
there. You see, I would say that attitude actually is part of the problem too.
It
That
is.
is top.
You can't touch me without consent. Now you see that's the problem.
Yeah. See,
See,
what
the
you're
problem
saying,
is-
that's the problem.
Piers Morgan, by the way, saying this.
Of all people.
Of all people. Wait a second. I should be allowed to touch you without your consent because
No.
I'm a big, strong, masculine man, and you're just a little girl.
It's like
I
they
should-
keep. It's like they keep talking past the consent part that she keeps
Right.
bringing up.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, well, how are boys supposed to know when they can and can't touch? Probably consent. Well, there's no way that anybody can figure out when it's appropriate to touch a woman. Yeah, consent. The mysteries of the world will never be solved unless
I feel like it's that meme of that old painting about that, like the guy's talking to the woman, and he's like, well, I don't know what women really want. And I go, well, we want respect. It just seems like they're not telling us, well, we want to be treated like equal. We'll never know. We'll never know.
And that's all the time we have for this week.
Right.
I like that lady's argument. She was like, but these tiny, small children who are also teenagers, they can't be held responsible for what they do. You're scaring them. Stop scaring these
Right.
small 18-year-old men.
Yeah.
These driving cars, having jobs.
These
Smoking
adults who are also
weed.
children.
Yeah.
Drinking.
We have Scully Setta in the chat. Hi. Apologies for my ignorance. I don't follow American media. If I understand correctly, many media outlets there tend to lean in some political direction. Is this the case with this show? Just for context, we're probably left, but we're all from so far around the world. Left means different things to different people. We're all humanists. We all care about people. We care more about people than property or money, and that largely informs our politics, if that helps.
Yes, take down the landlords.
Tunsma says Ben leans to the rum. You know what, Tunsma? You're saying too much right now. You're saying too much.
Hasn't figured it out yet.
Simply Secretary says there is no middle ground in the U.S. You don't say anymore in the media or anywhere else. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I meant the one you were watching. Oh, Piers Morgan, if I'm reading it correctly.
Well, this is a British show, I think.
This is a British show.
And Piers Morgan is conservative.
Yes.
That's, to me, toxic femininity.
It is.
That is saying you should all be...
Enough with your toxic femininity, Brenna, with your goddamn C-word consent.
Oh, my God.
terrified, you men. If you put one...
Of assaulting.
Well, I think we all understand what sexual
What is
assault
an
is.
assault?
What Isabel's talking about is that young teenage...
I don't think you do. I don't think you
Yeah.
do, Pierce. I
Yeah,
don't know that
Pierce.
you do.
I'm not sure you would get it.
I
This
really
is
don't think you
also-
do get it.
So this is that, we have those men's rights groups, right?
Oh
that
my God.
basically say there's no such thing as assault on women if they're asking for it, right? We said about the makeup stuff and the way you dress, and if you've been drinking or high or something, that removes the necessity for consent. And so men's rights believe that if there's a woman who dresses nicely and wears makeup and might be out partying, that immediately removes the necessity for consent. Thus, they're allowed to do whatever they want in that case. And this is that men's rights bullshit that is happening in where the sexual assault is now being treated as victim blaming, where she was drunk, obviously she was drinking there, she was partying, she wanted it, she was asking for it, she it wasn't my fault, I had to.
How was I supposed to know she was passed out? Brock Turner. Speaking of Brock Turner, that little piece of shit. He got a new job somewhere, and someone fucking, I don't know if it's technically doxing, that's why I didn't bring it up on the show, but they got where he works, what kind of car he drives, the neighborhood he's in. They talked to all the bars that are around his house. They said, if you see this guy, be on the lookout. Don't let him leave with no girls. They went in depth to ensure that doesn't happen to anybody else.
I would like to propose a question.
Yes, sir.
When have white men not had all the rights?
Right now.
Yeah, obviously.
They're being deprived right now.
Well, in the beginning of our country, it wasn't just white men that could vote. You had to own land. So yeah, there were some white men who weren't allowed to vote at one point in our country's history.
And the Irish.
Yes.
But I guess the point I'm making is why do white men need rights groups? Like their rights aren't being actual like constitutional rights aren't being hindered in any
What-
way. In fact, they
With-
can have all the guns they want.
without playing devil's advocate, because I hate it when people do that. The only thing that I've ever seen that's slightly redeeming in the men's rights activist movement is I do think divorce court is a little slanted. I think it can be a little prejudicial against fathers, even those who are hardworking streamers who do podcasts with us sometimes. They get wrung out through the courts, and it's it should be an open and shut case of who's a better parent, but he automatically lost. And I think that's bullshit. And they could do a little bit better. He's not the only case, but I think they could do a little bit better for dads, especially the dads who are trying to be good fathers. We'll give this a few more minutes and then
clumsiness
really
in many
hard.
cases, which is now being recategorized as assault. Is that a problem?
It's not being recategorized as assault. It's always been assault. It's just we're
Look at that guy. He's like, what the fuck is she talking about?
It's like I still don't understand why I can't touch women without their consent. Like,
it's baffling.
Yeah.
I have the right to. I am a man. I am a,
Did he
I'm
take
a
his right-
well-dressed man.
Did he take his right ear from somebody else? It doesn't even look like it's his. The
He's
left one
doing
looks fine.
He's doing the Tucker Carlson
no.
confounded face.
Oh my god.
The Labrador waiting on the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Like when he do the tennis ball fake throw trick, and they're like, "Huh?
I thought you threw it.
How do
Where'd
you
it
have
go? How did-
Where,
wait.
Where's the ball? That's what that face is. Where's the ball?
Where'd it go?
finally talking about
I don't agree
it.
with that.
That's
But,
ridiculous.
Teenage boy fumbling with
A touch
teenage
on the
girl is
knee.
not,
Not
it's
even
not
that.
in most cases assault, is
Do
it?
you remember Aziz?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Something you want to
Alright.
share with the class, Piers? Why don't we go into detail? Let me get my notebook out. Let me start writing some of this shit down. You got any dates, Piers, from when this happened?
Ansari, right? Hot off the heels of Me Too, hot off the heels of Harvey Weinstein rightly being dragged through the courts, and it should have got way worse than just prison time, in my opinion. Aziz Ansari had a consensual relationship with a woman. She felt a bit awkward, and afterwards rescinded consent, and he was lumped in, and he had his
No, I'm
career
with you on that
largely
one.
cancelled.
I'm with
So
you.
then why should men be afraid of that?
Because he didn't.
So he's gonna continually keep bringing up Aziz Ansari. It's messy. I don't need to.
Oh,
we
he
don't need
made
to
Aziz a straw man for his whole argument.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
not the best.
and she's like, fine, I'll grant you Aziz's situation, but they don't hear that because
Because I would be like, I'll grant you Aziz, but I'll raise you a Louis C.K. Like that
Touch without
dude ended
consent.
up being a complete monster.
If
Let down.
somebody whips it out without your consent, yeah, that's bad.
it's not great.
Did he?
No, but she
But
rescinded his consent, and
how are
she
young
saw
boys
that then
supposed to
as the same
navigate
thing.
this? The whole
Yeah,
Stop fucking white knighting for young boys who are handsy. What is wrong with her?
Right.
I hope you
I
don't
don't
have
know
daughters.
what to do.
Just let him touch you all over, dear. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what are
I
you
don't think it's
doing?
okay.
Tell him no. Kick him in the mouth. I don't know. Do something. Uppercut.
I
thing.
agree.
I'm thinking
need
of
to
my
have-
teenage son. You know, he's 14, 15. What's he supposed to say? Would you mind if I put
Isabel,
my
you are an
hand- I mean,
extremely
come
strong
on,
woman. I
come
know
on.
in your house you're teaching them the difference between assault and then
Of
coming on
course,
to
of
someone.
course.
I know you are.
But when we're
She never said yes.
Yeah, she never said yes.
Look at that face.
In fact,
Nope.
the look on her face was like,
He's
am
like,
I?
wait, I'm supposed to do that?
To someone. I
There it
I'm
is.
supposed to teach my children what is right touching, what is bad touch, and what is good touch.
She's just. That's the face.
She's texting underneath the table
Yeah.
her husband, like, we might want to talk to her son.
She's over there like.
She's-
She's like, fuck. I thought I could wait till 18.
Yeah. She's like, oh, fuck, I was supposed to do that? Damn.
I thought they did that in school. No,
I thought the YouTube was supposed to teach it.
I thought Cardi B was gonna teach him.
know you
That's
are.
why they're all watching Game of Thrones, right?
Oh no!
That's the
no,
proper
no,
way.
no,
That's the
no.
proper.
Blech.
talking about is it's been very interesting watching the Me Too movement.
I'm only 12, but you won't have to bed me till I'm 14. I'm like, oh, fucking, what's wrong with you guys? Stop it.
Just don't write that. Just don't write that.
Just
Right.
can't we just like be far away and not be able to hear the conversation or something? Fucking nasties.
Movement and the Time's Up movement, how it's all developed. Because a lot of very bad people, Harvey Weinstein and others, got their due comeuppance. We can all agree with that.
Yeah.
This is not even something to be debated. We're really talking about the grey line, right? Where is that grey line? How do you navigate it? When you're an experienced...
What fucking gray line?
There's no gray line. If a woman says no,
It's no.
or implies no, then it's no. If she says don't touch me, don't fucking touch her.
No, even better than that.
There's no
Even better than that,
there's
Tim.
no line. There's no gray line with assault. It is a solid line between what is consent and what is non-consent, and those are the things that we should be talking about. If this woman is trying to teach her son how not to get girls to hate him, you might want to teach him that touching is bad without asking them first. And she was starting to actually ask that question. She wouldn't have liked the answer to it, but the answer to her question about whether or not she should teach her son to say, "Please, may I touch you," before touching a woman would be, yes, that's how you should teach them. It's not rocket science here. It's consent.
I unironically ask my wife for consent all the time. I do it in a funny way, but I still ask for consent because it's good to keep boundaries up, and because I like to challenge myself to see how sexy I can do it.
Sexy consent.
You know, it ain't got to be like, please sign this waiver, giving me a check here for oral. Put in your initial here for like that. It doesn't have to be a fucking clipboard by the side of the bed like a fucking Dave Chappelle skit. But at the same time, if you and a girl go home from the bar and she's too drunk, if she's too drunk to say, even if she says yes and she's drunk, it doesn't count. You have to have your wits about you. And if you're drunk and she's drunk, that's your fault. Don't get drunk around girls then.
And tons of mice, I don't ask consent of the cheese.
And you've been around the block in many ways. You can navigate that much more intelligently and with emotional intelligence than you can if you're a teenage boy. And I think the point Isabel makes is a good one. I've had 3 sons in their 20s. I've always taught them to be respectful to women, and I believe they are. But I do think it's really hard for a 16, 17-year-old boy now in this environment to know even how to start having some kind of physical relationship with a woman.
Those good...
Why do you need a physical relationship with a woman at 16? It's a physical relationship with a fucking 16-year-old.
Yeah,
You're not having a relationship with a woman. Like, they keep conflating young people and adult decisions as if they're the same. They're not. If they're 16, keep your fucking hands to yourself. How about you fucking go to school and not fucking fail geometry, Greg?
But that's exactly
You're busy.
What he's talking about is he's projecting what the adult men are feeling onto these children, saying, well, like, okay, so, oh, no, I'm fine. I know what consent is, but this 16-year-old, he doesn't know. Why don't you tell him? Like, explain to me what consent is.
Yeah.
If you were talking to this 16-year-old boy
asking for a
about a 16-year-old girl, please explain it to me. I will pretend that I don't know what consent is. Like, this is he's not like
slick.
Teenagers, of course, are confused. They're teenagers, but an adult needs to show exactly what an adult is supposed to know about consent, and thus teach the children. She should be teaching her 15-year-old son about what consent is, and that it's not his right to have a woman's body. Like, it is not his to touch. It is hers to give consent to. And by the way, if she doesn't want to give consent, he shouldn't be angry at a girl. I'm
Well,
sorry, but this is the other flip side of it. If a girl doesn't want to have sex with you, she's not a monster. She's a human.
Maybe you're smelly. Maybe you're not funny.
Maybe
she's not that into
maybe
you.
you're, yeah, maybe you're Piers Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know how he has children. I'm just saying.
But
Look at that face. Come on.
I mean, look,
Sweating on top of you. Come on. Who doesn't want that guy?
It's that sexy, masculine combativeness that he does. He just takes control of a situation.
I like his turtle lips.
That's what gets me hot.
Piers Morgan and the lady in this conversation assume that all teenagers are just like mindless zombies. All male teenagers are mindless zombies running around. I don't know how to interact with women.
Boobies,
Give me women.
boobies.
I don't know. Like he said, he taught his kids, and they know the difference between right and wrong. Subjective, I'm sure, but people are teaching these kids like just teach your kids between the difference between consent and not consent and the right and wrong thing to do. And it should be mostly fine. Yeah, teenagers will slip up from time to time because they're teenagers and they have hormones. But they are not like, they're just not walking around dazed and confused all the time. I don't know what to do about women. I'm so afraid. Like,
do I touch them here or here? I don't know. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
You gotta give. I mean, because teenager is the problem with the word teenager is it's people age 12 to 19. That's a big age. That's a big age range, and yeah, a 14 or 15-year-old probably doesn't know because you have to teach them. But by the time you graduate high school and go into college, you should know how to be a fucking decent human being.
Word. Trash bags.
Boys are all terrified. I know that from talking to my son. He's just like, I'm just not going there. Is that healthy?
Yes.
Thank you, Ava.
I think it is, actually. I think it's better to not have a physical relationship than to have one that could ruin a woman's life.
Ava with the fucking bombs, man.
Just dunking on them.
This is so good. We can't play the whole thing. We'll be here all day because we skipped the first 3 minutes and we've only made it to 7 minutes. That was 4 minutes of the video. I'm going to drop the link for it in the chat for all of you beautiful peoples. If you want to bookmark that, put it in your save later. Let's go to... I found this just now, but
I have the gardeners here, so I'll be on mute.
This will Tim, this will make you laugh.
All right.
So if you can see that flag, can you tell me what's on that flag, Tim?
Yeah, it says Trump 2024, I'll be back.
It does. This is at a demolition derby in Podunk anywhere.
Also, way to desecrate an American flag, but
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Tim, are you familiar with the flag code?
I am familiar with the flag code.
Yeah, it's crazy that Colin Kaepernick was a traitor to this nation for disrespecting our flag. I'm pretty sure it's like section A or B in the flag code. You can't change. Let me zoom in on my fucking own fucking face for this, because this is... You may not manipulate the flag. You can't change it. You can't put words on it. You're not supposed to fly it horizontal. You got to put a light on it. And if it's in the rain, you got to definitely put a light on it. No other flags can fly above. This is off the top of my memory. There's only like 10 or 12 rules about the American flag. No apparel. It shouldn't be made into like, I don't know, your fucking I love America fucking eagles over my shoulder with 2 bazookas. American flag thong.
Discolor.
You can't do that.
I think you cannot discolor the flag as well.
So you can't manipulate it at all.
Put a black and gray or
then a
black
blue
line.
All those thin blue line flags, yeah.
Yeah, that's every one of those blue line stickers that are bumper stickers that you see on people's car. All of those are desecrating the flag. That is against the flag code. And if you don't like it, then take it up with the fucking founders that you fucking love so goddamn much. There's rules about this shit.
Also, are they doing the Pledge of Allegiance to this flag?
National anthem.
Yeah.
Yes, they're singing they're pledging their allegiance to Trump.
God damn it.
All right, let's get back.
At a sporting event, the national anthem is played with those.
Hold on, skip. Where's the next one? NFL players shouldn't kneel during the national anthem. It's disrespectful. Same people that are okay with replacing the words with all the words with Trump. And then there's a couple of clips of Dinglebat not knowing anything. Oh, look at this flag.
They claim
kneeling.
That's totally. My man is definitely drinking water out in public. Yeah, a big old American flag with Trump right across the top, horizontal, which it should never be. Like, and then they had a little clip about LeBron James where they were told him just to shut up and dribble because he's an athlete and he should mind his own fucking business and get back on the court entertaining us, monkey boy. It's always funny that they complain about so many things that they're doing. So the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, as far as I'm concerned, is just weirdo projection. Because Colin Kaepernick stood up for something, did it in a way that was honorable and noble, and it embarrassed them. Yeah. I don't want to think about how I'm fucking shit up. How dare you? And I know I get a little bit testy when people tell me I do things wrong, the once or twice a year that it happens. But it's a totally different thing to just be like, you know what? Brenna told me that my mic was on mute, and I didn't like that, so I'm going to bury her fucking career. I'm going to make sure she never works in this town again. Like I would just...
You could try.
Yeah, but I think a better thing to do is just say, hey, thanks for telling me my mic was on mute. Thanks. I wasn't aware of it. Thanks for opening my eyes to a problem that I was having. I feel like I'm a better person for you telling me that. But instead, let's just fucking blackball this guy and make sure that he never works again.
You know, the other crazy thing is that not the specifically the MAGA people, but the QAnon people, they even have their own oath that they take to QAnon. And they do it on the internet so everyone can see it. And it's fucking culty and it's treasonous.
Tons of Mice actually just sent us a link. I'll bring it up for you guys. More flag desecration. When people do this for 4th of July, this is wrong. All of this is wrong. You're not allowed to put the fucking flag on the ground. The flag doesn't go on the ground. Doesn't go on the ground. And everyone thinks, oh, this is cute, right? And they have the flags going up their driveway or something like that. You should yell it. If you ever see them and get into a conversation with them, you tell them about the flag code. And you tell them no. You tell them you're wrong. I saw this angry black dude from Chicago on the internet, and he said that you are flag coding all wrong. And apparently Tons of Mice says, you're canceled, Brenna? You can't cancel the queen. This is her internet. We're all just privy to it. We still got gardeners. Should I do one more? Okay. Let me get up.
Just a couple minutes. They'll be on.
I will get up. Well, I had an "and finally" story, but I can't be shy. I can't bulk. I gotta save it for the end. I want to do it right now, but I'll save it for the end. I'll save it. Tim, I'm putting you in the hot seat. Tell us about the midterms. What do you think? What should people be on the lookout for? I got this 538 article up. Here we go. Tell us all about it.
So the midterms, it looks like the Senate's going to be very close as to who controls it. If you look at the projections here, it looks like the Republicans have a slight lead on whether or not they could win the Senate, but it's basically a dead heat. If you scroll down a little bit, we can find out which races are the closest. So there are, I think, 4 Senate races that are going to determine who is going to control the Senate. The first one is the Herschel Walker, Reverend Warnock in Georgia.
Mhm.
Then you got your Dr. Oz and
Fetterman.
Fetterman's. And then you got your the Nevada Senate seat with what are their names?
Carrie Lake, or is that Arizona?
No, Nevada. It's Laxalt,
Laxalt and Cortez Masto.
yeah, that one is super close. And then you got Blake Masters and Kelly, who's the incumbent, and those are the 4 that are going to determine which party controls the Senate. It looks like the outlook is either it stays 50-50 or the Republicans gain a seat. And then if you go to the House page, we can discuss for a moment how fucked the Democrats are in the House of Representatives.
Big shout out to a buddy of mine I met yesterday. I'm trying to find where it is. Why is this not in order? Where's the 5th district, you sons of bitches? I know it's in here. Oh, I'm in Michigan, not Wisconsin. Aha.
There you go.
Good luck, Scott Fitzgerald, because my new friend, Mike Van Summeren, is running against you, and you're going to lose because Mike is a really good guy. Oh, those are some tall odds.
Ouch.
Ooh,
Less
buddy.
than 1 in 100. That's an owie.
Oh, buddy. If you're in
Yeah.
Wisconsin and you're checking out the show and
Vote Democrat, for the love of God.
for the love of God, for the love of everything holy.
So right now the Republicans are favored to win back the House, as the party who's not in control has done in the last 30 years. The issue here is how many seats are they going to have a majority in? So it looks like most of the projections has them with either a very slight majority or 10 seats, 10 to 15 seats, which means that the Republicans will probably be able to get things done in the House, but good luck getting anything done in the Senate. Right. And our government grinds to a halt again.
Yay.
And if you scroll down a little bit, there's so that's a bell curve, and it looks like the bell curve is peaking right around, 129 seat or 229 for the Republicans. So
yes,
I would look for somewhere around there for being how many seats they actually have at the end. Their majority is going to be 10 seats probably, which is not a small amount, but it's not like they have a super majority where they can do whatever they want. Yeah, it looks like the average seats controlled by the party, the Republicans are going to be somewhere around 230. It's going to be a swing, but it's not going to be crazy. I think a lot of the early voting stuff is going to help in some of those states. And if you're in Connecticut and you're voting in Connecticut, vote for us to get early voting too, because we like that.
Yeah, early voting is just convenient. They should. I don't know how tenable this is, but would you guys be in favor of something like a month-long time to vote, or it's not just, you know what I'm saying? Because how early can people vote?
I think it's up to 2 weeks, depending on the state.
Okay.
Ours is so everybody gets a mail-in ballot. We get it 1 month before the election takes place. So they start sending out the ballots 1 month before the day. So we get 1 month, and then we have early voting for about, I believe, 2 weeks. Just like that, where you have the in-person voting going on for 2 weeks. And we don't have the old version of polling places where it's like the gymnasium at the high school. We don't have that anymore. It's now very specific locations like City Hall, police department.
Police department? Sounds like a trap.
Come vote.
Nah, you good.
I swear, nothing happened. I swear. Our city hall and our police department are next to each other, so it doesn't matter for us. But like libraries, like bigger areas like that, would have the larger polling places, but they're for longer than just the day of, like it used to be.
So Tim, you haven't heard about anybody doing any like voter intimidation, have you?
Man, I don't know. Oh yeah, I did hear about this. Not lawsuit, but a judge ruled that the Oath Keepers.
They sound like an amiable bunch.
Yeah, they sound good.
An oath keeper, isn't that somebody good? Don't we like people who keep their oaths?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a judge in Arizona ruled that the Oath Keepers were to stay 250 feet away from the ballot boxes, otherwise they would be arrested because they've been intimidating voters with guns.
Yeah, it's an open carry state, Tim. It's not my fault that these liberal cucks are scared of guns. I'm just standing out here. Exercising my First Amendment, my Second Amendment, and then soon to be my Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, no, their argument is that they're just citizens who are keeping an eye on the ballot boxes to make sure there's no tomfoolery with guns. And the Arizona Supreme Court would prefer they didn't do that.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, cut that out.
That's voter intimidation. Stop.
Don't do those things. Those are bad things.
This from Tons of Mice. I know some oat keepers. Nice farms. Happy horses. Oh, the difference an H can make. But I did drop down in the chat. If you guys are not registered or you're not sure if you're registered, I popped it in the chat. www.vote.org. We'll give you all the information, and it'll locate it for you and kind of like let you know what's going on in your particular neck of the woods based on your zip code or whatever. Or zip code, not area. Is there an area code? I was gonna confuse. Area code's your phone number, right?
Yeah, area code's your phone number.
So your zip code. Yeah, your area code means nothing because mine would have been St. Louis for about 15 years after I left St. Louis because I refused to give up my number.
Exactly. I paid for that.
I like having my St. Louis number. It's the modern day. Y'all don't pay extra for fucking calling St. Louis. Get off my back. Just fucking dial the 314.
Right.
What's the area code out there in Orange County?
So we have 949.
Boo.
It used to be like so we have 949. We have 714, and then there's something else that I don't know.
Don't you have a 3? Don't y'all have a 3 something over there?
No.
I thought like all the big cities have like a 3 something area code. Like 212 is Brooklyn, and then 312 is Chicago, and like 412 is like Indianapolis. Like when they were setting it all up, like they kind of used the big cities as like this weird grid thing. But that's just how my
area codes in Orange County. We have 949, 714, and we have 562. That's Orange County. You might be thinking more on the lines of the
like LA,
the LA area, which we're not LA. I have to keep telling. I have to remind.
How far are you from LA? Because I don't know. It's all you're in space as far as I'm concerned.
From to downtown LA, it's a little less of an hour drive on the freeway.
Oh, okay.
So just to downtown LA, but the way that LA is formed, you have downtown LA, and then you have LA around it. That kind of surrounds it. So the central part of LA is about an hour drive, which you know exactly when you're on the freeway, and you know exactly when LA is because that's where the traffic begins.
That's when you have to slam on the brakes.
When you slow down, you're like, I must be in LA.
Anything else going on in Orange County?
A few things are going on in Orange County where our cold spell is just started. So I will now be complaining about it being cold. So congratulations.
Oh my God, your 70-degree weather is cold to you.
It's like 64.
Oh my God, I was like
64. Hold on right now. All right, so
It's 64 here, and I'm boiling. I am
Yeah,
sweating.
It's 65
it's 60
right
degrees
now.
in Connecticut right now, and it is a little too warm.
I was like, oh, it's 71 here, actually. Never mind. Okay, so I lied.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so I lied. But either way, 60 is fine. 64, 65, 65 and some sun. What more could you ask for? You get to throw on a jacket, put on some nice jeans,
Yeah.
walk through the fallen leaves. Y'all are over there shivering with fucking parkas on and snowshoes. Snowshoes in California should be the name of my new punk band.
In Southern California, in SoCal.
Yeah, SoCal, the SoCal snowshoes.
That's a good name.
I have to tell people who don't live here, like, if I want to go, if I want snow, I have to go to snow. Like it doesn't come to me. I have to actually like
It's like
make
the ball.
my way up a mountain. I have to drive in circles around mountains in order to go to ski resorts.
Yeah, I have to look outside when it's cold.
It'll come in the house here. It'll come for you. It'll just be like, I want to live here now. Olaf like warm hug. Then the ice
You start building snowman inside.
They build themselves.
They just
start forming themselves out of
just
snow.
start swirling up. It's all good.
Olaf want hug.
Give Olaf a hug.
No,
I
Olaf.
do not give you consent. That doesn't matter.
I watched Piers Morgan interview. He say not needed.
I am teenage boy.
No, Olaf. Olaf back.
Olaf, I said no. Does not matter. I teenage boy.
Don't understand consequences of actions.
Consent is not necessary.
My parents didn't find it necessary to teach me how to fucking treat people with respect. It wasn't fucking important to her. But I was talking about that.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the state of emergency.
I gotta open the door. I'm fucking dying.
Freezing here. So Orange County is the first to declare a state of emergency for our what is it? Our tridemic or tripledemic? Tripledemic. That is including both our regular every year flu problem. Get your flu shots. Get your flu shots. Go to Walgreens or Walmart or whatever you have to get your flu shot. Get your flu shot. We also still have COVID-19 pandemic going on. Get your updated booster. This is important. And then we have a third one, which is a respiratory virus. It is mostly targeting children because children, most children, especially young children, have weakened immune systems. So make sure that all your children are vaccinated with their flu shots, with their COVID vaccines and boosters, as well as you yourself as the parent, as the grandparent, as the teacher, also have your vaccines updated, because the more you have your vaccines updated, the less likely it is to transfer to those who do not have the immune system to combat it. But what I really want to talk about mostly is this RSV, this respiratory disease that is targeting weakened immune systems. That we need to not blame this respiratory disease on the COVID vaccines, because the COVID vaccine is actually supposed to help these reduce the harm of these of the RSV, as well as it's not the COVID precautions, it's not the masking or the it has nothing to do with that. Yes, it is targeting children with weakened immune systems, but the more that we protect ourselves, the more we can protect the most vulnerable, just like we did with COVID and flu and all that jazz.
So take your pills, get your jabs, make sure you're up to date.
Yeah, and just to be clear, there is no vaccine for the RSV virus.
Right. So the more that you protect yourself with getting your flu shot, getting your COVID vaccines, keeping your, when you are sick, that you isolate yourself, the less likely we are to pass it down to our most vulnerable, because that's what viruses do. Viruses like to take over the easiest immune systems, but what we need to do is we need to make it harder for them to transfer. So that's the case. So yes, Orange County right now, we are in a state of emergency because our hospitals are full. And if you remember from the whole of this pandemic, Orange County was the first to protest mask mandates and closures. We were the first to protest the vaccinations of children and the vaccine mandates, the mask mandates, the distance mandates. We were the first to, and now we are the first to declare a state of emergency for a respiratory disease. So that should tell you exactly why we need to get our vaccines. We need to keep ourselves healthy, and so that we don't hurt the ones that can't protect themselves as much. We need to protect ourselves so that the others don't have to be hospitalized, because that's just sad, because children don't understand it.
And we literally just went through this, guys. So you know the fucking routine at this point.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. We need to do whatever it takes. So I just recently, this past week, got my last week I got I got double jabbed. I got my COVID booster shot, the new one, and then I got my flu vaccine. So everybody, get your shots. It's very important for everybody. I am here. I am protecting. I feel strong. I'm your protector.
You're strong like Piers Morgan and Olaf combined.
I am Piers Morgan. I am strong, and I am here to protect you.
Listen to my dribbling fucking shitty accent. This from Scully said, I've always thought the people who, for example, blame everything on the COVID vaccines were rare extremists. It's a big country, so there are bound to be some. Is it really so common you think it's going to happen again when a new ailment appears? Blame the vaccines. I mean. Yeah, it started, is what Brenna is telling us. Is it's people are already starting to blame everything on the vaccine.
Well, it's always been that way, right? Especially recently. Anti-vaxxers have been popping up, slowly for years, because of the rise in autism cases and what they have been told is a link between vaccines and autism, which, by the way,
is a lie.
It's not true. There's no connection. So that has been slowly going, and now, because of COVID, which is a global pandemic now, this idea that vaccinations are actually worse than the diseases is entirely false, because the more you vaccinate, the less likely that disease is going to transfer and mutate. And this is the problem, because we had a long period of time without vaccines. And then when the vaccine rollout came, the anti-vaxxers emerged, and the anti-vaxxers started creating a world in which there weren't as many, the vaccines weren't, and this was whole states getting anti-vaxxed.
Mm-hmm.
This was Florida and Arkansas, where the governors wouldn't allow vaccination sites and the vaccines to be distributed to the population, and thus creating this anti-vax society. And then when we desperately needed them, when the virus started to mutate, they still didn't want to do it until they got it. Which, by the way, I had family members that were against the vaccine mandates and the mask mandates and the distancing until they got COVID. And then they were that don't do this. It's awful.
Did you get COVID, Brenna?
I have not. Knock on wood.
I got it.
My brother
I got it twice.
My brother got it twice. Bunch of people that I know, friends, coworkers, they all got COVID, and it does affect you. Yep. And so the vaccines are very important, whether it is the COVID vaccine and the new boosters, especially this Omicron one. Because the idea behind a vaccine is not to prevent the virus from spreading, or the virus from getting the virus. It's to have your body get ready to work.
Don't read that. Don't read that.
Sorry, it's like right here. It's to prepare your body to handle the virus.
Recognize the virus.
So that it can start working on it early. And then the also idea is that once that happens, it can defeat it too early for it to go on and move on to somebody else.
And mutate.
And that's what we do we're now doing with COVID. We've done with flu viruses. We're doing it with a lot of other diseases. We don't have polio vaccines anymore because we defeated polio several times. So getting your vaccines on time, and then taking the precautions as well. And then if there is a problem, that's when there's a hospital visit, and the hospital will take care of you in order for you not to spread it. And this is what we need to do. This is what we should do as a citizenry. We should help each other and be strong and manly.
Be strong and womanly.
Ooh, there you go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
I can feel the power flowing through me. It's time for everybody's favorite segment of the show. It's time to read along. We're gonna do some role play here. Can you guys see that good?
Barely.
I can see. Is it?
Okay.
Is that good for you?
I can't really read. Is that a problem?
We've never had to read before, but I think we can wing it.
Okay, let's try.
Who wants to go first? Just read until you're done, I guess.
I'll go first.
All right, Tim, go for it.
To our customers, we would like to say thank you. To those of you who have been respectful and appreciative of us through the years, you guys are the real MVPs.
Kevin Garnett must have written this.
You saw through all the BS the company puts us through. Extremely low. There's a bunch of payment. Stuff over this. Extremely low
pay.
Payment.
Low pay.
Low pay. Okay. Ridiculous expectations with low pay, no payroll to support the high volume store. We all have been tested to our true limits. With some of you, we have missed holidays, family events, and watching our children grow as the company cares.
Does not care about yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Does not care about a work-life balance. We have been called names, spit at, and some have been physically assaulted. Today we say enough because we are worth more than that. We hope they can staff this store with a loyal, dedicated team and a leader like they had. We are truly going to miss our regular customers. You guys made us laugh and gave us words of encouragement. Thank you to those of you who supported us on us on this decision.
pass the ball, Tim. We all got to.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
We got to role play here. Come on.
All right.
You want to start? Thank you.
Thank you to those of you who support us on our decision. Some of our are like. Sorry. It's like reading.
She was stressed. She was stressed writing.
6-year-old, like family to us. With that being said, we are formally letting you know. ...
Ellipses.
We all quit.
Can I take this bottom part?
You can please take that.
Leonard. The name and names. Leonard, if there were a time for you to call corporate, today is your time to shine. Stacy, sorry you can no longer harass us, but now is your best shot at applying at dollargeneral/careers.com. Love the Theodore Dollar General team. That store is not too far away from me. I think that's hilarious. One of Cortez, everybody knows Cortez. Cortez posted that on Facebook. He saw that somebody had shared it. Yeah, y'all gonna learn. We went to, not the Dollar General, we went to the dollar store because I love my wife to pieces, but she is truly insane. They have had we've been together for 3 years. And then like the first winter of our relationship, we bought a small artificial Christmas tree.
Aww.
Right? Not for the house, for her job. They decorate the Christmas tree with ornaments for all of the other holidays. It's never come down.
Oh my God.
So she made me go to Dollar General so she could find some cheap decorations for the Halloween tree. And let me tell you, it was a nightmare in there. It was bad. All the way bad. So, yeah, can confirm they should have left. They should have left. And I'm sorry to say, but that's going to be happening to a lot more places where people think, oh, this is unskilled labor. Their time isn't worth that much. We have to make some money. Listen, y'all, the jig is up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, big corporations, I'm looking right at you now. The jig is up. You're all buying more yachts, more private jets. You're bragging about how your profits have never been better, but then your employees say, "What about us?" And now all of a sudden you don't speak English. A lot of places are going to get started.
How did those the tax breaks work for you all?
Well, it was great.
Did the trickle down economics work?
I'm still waiting on the trickle.
Mikey.
What?
No,
What'd I say? What'd I say?
We have a comment in the chat.
Oh, God. How did she get in here? I thought I blocked her. Guess what I need to go back for Christmas deck? God damn it! Aren't you going to put like turkey fucking feathers or some shit on there for Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's funny.
Hi, Kristen. Baby.
I'd rather have extra Christmas time.
Damn right.
God.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's just so bad. But yeah. Take care of your fucking workers. And if you're out there and you run a corporation, I'm gonna need you to stop being a dick. Or guess what? All of your stores are gonna close, and your board of directors isn't going to like it that you're just bleeding money from several sectors of the company because you refuse to pay people. We know you have the money. I know the government's not forcing you to pay people. Do the right thing. Or the people will shut down every single store that you have because they're about fucking done, dude.
And they should. And they should. You know, you are human beings. And you should be treated like a human being. And we are in a world full of Karens right now.
Yeah.
And the Karens are getting worse. They're getting more aggressive.
Yep.
And you do not deserve it, and you should be treated like people. And if you're not, you need to demand it because you are better than that. Retail, we are in that season where retail is at its peak. We are going to see there are seasonal workers. There's going to be stores running out of product. Delivery is going up. So we all need to be treated like human beings. And if you're not being treated like human beings, you need to demand, just like these Dollar General workers did.
I almost got fired several times from my last gig because I wouldn't deal with people who were being disrespectful. Like I would just shut them up. Like, oh, okay, okay. Hold on. No. Don't say nothing else to me. No, I'm just trying to tell you. So like, don't speak no more words to me. You're going to talk to the store director. Because clearly there's nothing else that I can do for you. So you're going to talk to somebody else. But you're not going to talk to me, especially like that. Not happening. Or if they were talking to my people, it was the same conversation. I'd go inject myself. Like, oh, no. You're not doing that to us. We don't make enough for all that bullshit. You can kick rocks. There's a line of 2 people. What are you going to do? I'm going to look at you sweating is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at you. You can calm down. It's pandemic. Peoples.
It is.
Tons of my sisters inquiring about... Tons of my sisters inquiring about the artificial tree. Is it silver? And Kristen says, nope, it's green. We are considering buying a full-size tree. What? I didn't hear about this. After decorating for every holiday, it's now expected of us. Can't disappoint the people. Watch out for Norwegians on snowmobiles. Protect your tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true statement.
You're making yourself a target. I mean, look at what she's wearing. This is our Anne. It was a joke. Jesus Christ, people. Can I get some kind of feedback? Make me feel like a monster here. This is our Anne Finally story because it's about time to wrap up and then we'll raid out of here. Tim, this might warm your little heart. Oh no, our faces are over the words. You can see the video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to win Greatest Wifey of the Year award. Tonight is date night, so I booked us tickets to Monday Night Raw. Time to surprise the hubby.
I got a surprise.
Look at my man. He's got 1,000 bags, got the slides on, tired.
For you?
No, you did not. Yeah. No, you did get us tickets to wrestling?
Yeah.
How did you know it was tonight?
I Googled it.
Got us tickets, baby.
It's almost showtime.
This is so mean. He's dancing into the fucking arena.
Yeah, that would be
I
me.
came for the nachos.
Look at that. It got all unfocused. But my man is so happy.
Look how happy that dude is.
Look at that Kool-Aid smile.
Me pretending to know. What's going on?
Who's that, Tim?
Brock Lesnar.
Him living his best life. They actually let them fight. My fave part.
Just sing along with the music. That is the happiest person in the world right there.
Good times.
So if you can do that for your partner or that special person to you, make their day. Take them to see wrestling. Go to watch Hocus Pocus 2. Whatever they need. Just take a day and just let them have it. Let them have that day of yours. And I don't think you'll regret it. And I don't think they will either. Any closing thoughts, my lovely co-hosts?
Hungry and I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
Let's go get food
We're gonna go get some food. We're gonna raid out
together.
Tim, I'm waiting. Just waiting.
Mail those hot coals.
I'll try.
A little.
I'm just saying I can't guarantee what's gonna get to you.
I don't know. I don't know. The post office is gonna take this box with smoke coming out of it.
Just a little steam trail, just right out. It's
fine.
okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
This is fine. All
I
right.
need it overnight.
So for Wayne, for Jartan, Brenna, Tim, and myself, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Oh, and we will see you guys Tuesday. Me and Tim are doing a marathon stream for Subvember. And also it's No Shave November, Tim, so you can't shave for the rest of the month. Sorry, I forgot to.
Oh, god damn it.
Yep, here we are. I forgot too. I was supposed to fucking clean myself up first. Damn it. But on Tuesday, we're going to be doing a fucking marathon stream to cover election results. So pretty much everyone from the bin, maybe the Dig family, and all of our friends that are friends of the show will probably be popping on stream at some point. But yeah, we'll see you guys Tuesday for the election results. Bye.
Yay.
And go vote, losers.
Vote, vote, vote.